Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing amazing. Today, this is our first live on business, which is aligned to your values and all yeah, to your values. All right. So, amazing Joe is going to be joining soon. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Angel, Anjali, if you like to call me, and I have been doing women's health fitness coaching or the movement coaching for past 15 16 years. Also, I am certified nutrition counselor and the founder of this platform, right? So it's so good to see you here today. And hi Donna, thank you for being here. I am just going to invite Joe no, AMG Business. Okay. To AMG Business and see, here she is. Hi,
Am I
Joy.
live?
Yeah,
Fantastic. It worked.
that was quick. Yeah, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for your time and amazing knowledge you have and the energy and everything above. All right.
Oh, thanks,
So
Anjali.
yeah, I'm just about to read your bio. I've
Okay.
just introduced myself and so so did you want to say your bio or you want me to read it?
Oh, you can read it. That's fine.
Yeah, okay. Joe is a business strategist, coach, and mentor, and the co founder of AMG Business Performance. With over 20 years in business and 13 plus years coaching small business owners, Joe works closely with practitioners and service based professionals who want to build a viable, values aligned businesses. She supports health and wellness practitioners simplify their offers, gain clarity around pricing and clients, and build structure without losing alignment, integrity, or balance. Her work focuses on creating businesses that support the practitioner's life, nervous system, and long-term well-being. You're hitting the
Yes.
nail in
Yes.
everything that I was looking for and been wanting in the business coaching. So
Oh,
thank you so much,
fantastic.
Joe.
Thank you. Thanks for
This is
having me. Now I'm excited.
yeah, this is amazing because I'm not I've been wanting to work with you for a long time, and when I meet you and your wonderful husband Jason, the energy you have and the positivity you have, and I absolutely love it, and it's my pleasure to be able to finally be able to work with you.
No, and likewise, every time as well. We see you and we connect, and that it's just it's like kindred spirits, and I love it. I love what you've done here with the network. Quietly watching you in the background, so it's been
Yeah,
really
thank
exciting.
you.
Thanks for reaching
Thank
out.
Yeah, amazing. So before, hi Maz, hello. If you guys can hear us, please give us a thumbs up. Today we have amazing Joe from AMG Business Coaching. Did I say it right, Joe?
Yep, AMG Business Performance and AMG Coaching
Yep.
both will work.
All right. Okay. If you're just joining in. All right. Before we start the conversation, I just wanted to let everyone know that the live is all about to bring awareness and a general information, nothing specific, you know, advice for you. So if you wish to have, if you're looking for support, yeah, just reach out directly to Joe, right?
Fantastic.
So yeah, amazing.
Thank you.
So should we start?
Let's start.
Okay, amazing. So if anyone has any questions, you can just put it in the comment section, and Joe will reply back to you. So all right, let's start with what is the important first steps that practitioners should take before opening their own practice if they are thinking of it. So
Yep,
what do you think they should, you know, be prepared for?
prepared. Okay, so this is after obviously they've got their accreditations,
Yes.
qualifications, and they want to open up their own practice.
Yeah.
Um, So I think it's always good to start off with the fundamentals. And
Yeah,
as you know, we always like to work with uh, the why. Okay,
yeah,
so why do you want to open your practice? So get
yeah.
clear on your purpose behind
Hmm.
it,
Yeah,
and get clear as well on your audience. Like, so who is it that you're going to help?
yeah.
Because a lot of the time we want to help everybody.
Yes,
And they
yes.
say it's like when you're trying to help everybody or trying to market to everybody, you're not helping or marketing to anybody really. So you want to get really clear on who that is. So if you're, I mean, and what is it that you do as well? Because a lot of the time, especially practitioners, they get, I find they get stuck in the I am a health coach or I am
Mm,
a therapist or I am a, what I mean, of a title, and you're
mm,
way more than that. And
yeah,
this is where you got to really dig further into who it is that you're trying to help and what solution is it that you're trying to offer. What is it that you
yeah.
yeah, what is it that you're trying to solve? So uh, instead of saying I'm just, oh, I'm a health coach, um, that or that I'm a health coach that works with women. You could say something like, for example, I work with women's health. I specialized in gut health, for
Mm,
example. You become a specialized in gut. So for any women that may feel bloated or has troubles, you know what I mean? So it's about
mm,
getting more definite about who it is that you want to help.
yes.
I think that's really, really important before you obviously invest in anything.
Opening practice. But what happens? It's not in the question, but it's just the curiosity. So what happens if the person like myself that I did the fitness coaching for a long time and that didn't feel aligned, and then I did the nutrition and then that didn't feel aligned. So what happens with those people who are confused? Would you guide them to help them to figure that out as well?
Yeah, I think that's working out of what is it that you want, I mean,
Hmm.
and who is it that you want to be. Like I think sometimes you do like, I have I know someone, for example, and they went into midwifery, and then from there they realized that wasn't for them, and then they went
Hmm.
into allied health, and so on until they ended up being naturopath. So
Hmm.
that led them to that. It could also it's also part of your journey. But
Yes.
if you are feeling a little bit that you're just doing another certificate or another thing just because you're not
Mm,
sure, then I would
mm,
say definitely pause. Pause,
mm,
realign yourself. What is it that you want? Um, what lights you up? You know what I mean? Because
mm.
it's they always say follow your passion, and that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
But is your passion going to support you sustainably? You know what I
Mm,
mean? Because that's really, really important as well. So you're looking at your long term. So when you vision that, just I don't like to make it 5, 10 year visions because that can also be very overwhelming for people. But just stick to
yes.
the next 2 years. Where do you see
Yeah.
yourself in the next 2 years? How would you want your lifestyle to be?
Mm,
Um, and I think working backwards from there can
yeah.
really, really help.
Yeah. So I'm taking all the notes here on the side. And while Joe is giving all the free advice, everyone, I think we should make a note and then go through it
Yeah.
and there are so many gold nuggets here. I love, so the fundamentals, I'm just going to repeat what you just said. So the fundamentals are the why, who you're going to help, and what do you do, and the 3 points. Did you say 3 points?
That's right. Like, so your
Yeah.
why, your purpose, your why of why you want to open up your practice. Who is it that you want to help? So be very, very specific and the problem that you're trying to solve.
Yes.
It's,
And then
it's, and
yeah,
then,
and yeah,
and
and
then if you're not sure in
yeah,
where to just going back again to your vision and, you know,
yeah,
digging in. Like, I mean, it's like an onion, when you're
yes.
peeling the layers. And there's a few good activities for that. There is, for example, the 5 whys.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where you're asking, okay, why do I want to open a practice? A lot of the time people say, oh,
Mm-hmm.
because I just finished I'm qualified and I know I can help people. It's great. But why do you want to help people? And then you
Yes.
just keep digging further. It's like,
Yeah,
because it's
you
always
keep
with my
asking.
passion. And then
Yeah.
why? So the 5 whys are a really good technique to really dig further
Mm,
into
yeah.
really unpeeling
Yes.
those layers.
And you find that niche, your specific thing. Yes.
Yes,
And I love what you said, that if we are doing too many things, that feeling like not finding what you're looking for, just pause it, and then, yeah, pause it and see what lights you up as well, right? And then
absolutely.
sustainability as well.
Sustainability, absolutely.
Yes. So this year I realized that the whole time we were taught how to give, you know, especially being a woman, just always giving, 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 and then realizing, and I even now I have founded the platform, the work that I really love and just passionate about, but then I had no idea of the business side of it,
Yeah,
right? And I always cringed when people talked about the financial side, or when my husband started asking why, and I would just get frustrated because, you know, so realizing that this year I opened after school holiday. That's why I came up with the business thing, you know, like for our practitioners as well. So I think it will be helpful to so many of us. So
absolutely.
the yeah, and so heading to second one, once the practice is open, what key things should practitioners focus on to keep growing and evolving?
Um, Really, it's about the value, making sure
Mm,
that you're offering value to your customers.
yeah.
Um, because like what happens is a lot of practitioners, and by the way, that's a very common feeling for a lot of business owners. You know what I mean? We kind of end up jumping into something because we love it or we think we're really good at it, but then we lack kind of that business nous. But then now you've got the practice, you've actually got clients coming in and that. So it's about
Mm,
sustainability and
yes.
maintaining that. So customer journey is very important. So
Hmm.
giving your client that customer experience.
Yeah.
Um, and that also helps with having a core offer because that's something else a lot of practitioners do. They underprice themselves. I know they're not sure about
Mm,
what the price is. So you've got to make sure that that's sustainable. So
mm,
because that's going to make sure that your practice maintains open. Like I said, if you can't run it sustainably, you're not going to be able to help your clients.
yes.
So
Yeah.
it's really, really, really important.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's many of us, including myself, the if the fear of if I put that much value, or the, are the people going to think it's too expensive, or
yeah,
the fear, and then we were never taught to how to value our time or anything like that. So that
that's
is
right.
when the business coaches comes, isn't it?
Yes,
So you're going
that's
to,
right. It's
yes.
having that shift, I think, in understanding that yes, then you got the confidence building of yes, people might
Mm,
not want to pay that price, but only if they're not getting the results.
yes.
Anyone that is getting the results will invest in that. If it's
Hmm.
value, especially when it comes to health, and we're talking
Yes.
about health and wellness practitioners and that,
Hmm.
everyone knows you invest in in your health. That's
Hmm.
your health is your greatest wealth really because that's your greatest asset.
Yeah.
Like we spoke about earlier, if your health's not up to standard and you don't have that mental capacity and that doesn't matter what great business strategies you have, that's gonna
Hmm.
have that's gonna fall apart. So I think offering and knowing the value that you offer
Mm.
to that the person that you want to help, because
Yeah.
obviously you got into this profession for a reason, and you can relate to that person
Yeah.
because you want to help them. So I think by focusing on that helps add value. It helps with the pricing and make it sustainable. And I think the fear, like you say, of money. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Especially especially if health practitioner, because a lot of them you're not there for the money, you're there for the difference that you make in people's lives.
Yeah.
So I
Being of
think
service.
it being of service. And I think that, and that's what I work with a lot of people. Doesn't matter whether you're in the health industry, whether you're a tradie, in a trades business, or anything like that. It's about knowing the value that you offer to people and
Yeah.
understanding that
Knowing. Yeah.
and making it sustainable enough so that you are able to still offer that.
Yeah, knowing the value that you are offering.
That's right.
Yeah. What?
And that
That
includes everything, like a lot of the time people, and I know we talked about it in one of the questions later on when we talk about financials and that, but it's true. Is knowing exactly where you are financially as well, because if you can't sustain your lifestyle and you can't sustain your life,
Mhm.
you're not going to be able to service your clients.
Yes, that's right. So I am learning that now, and I'm sure a lot of us who are in a live at the moment, I'm sure
Yeah.
you can relate to. Yeah, if yeah, and if you guys have any questions, please pop it in the comment section. All right, so let's talk about the how can practitioners simply track their progress in business, personal growth, and the finances while running the business as well.
Okay. Again, I'll go back to fundamentals with this
Yeah.
because I think it's very, very important to get it right from the start because then
Yes.
tracking becomes a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
So what I normally do is we start off with your goals. So once you've
Mm-hmm.
got your vision aligned, you know your purpose, your why,
Mm-hmm.
we get down to the goals. And again, I always keep it to the 1, 2 years, and then we reverse engineer backwards so that then you have your action steps. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then from the action steps, you know exactly every week what activity you're doing, what you're putting energy to, what you're not putting energy to, because it's all working towards that end goal.
Mm.
you know so how we track it through that is through, we have, for example, weekly focus sheets where you have, it's like a sheet, and you have there exactly what it is that you're going to focus on that week, so it
Mm-hmm.
removes any noise and any overwhelm.
Yes.
Because a lot of the time it's very, very hard when you have to put out fires, because
Yeah.
you're constantly putting out fires. So what that having goals does, it just gives you that clarity and direction. So
Mm-hmm.
even if you do have to jump out and go fire, and put out a fire, whatever you need to deal with, at least here is my weekly task. This is what I need to focus on. And this is how I track each of my goals. And within those goals, you've got obviously your business tracking, which is um, having like a dashboard there every week of where your sales are coming through, where your
Mm-hmm.
inquiries and leads are coming through, the conversion, where they're at. Anything that's working and not working can be put in there in a simple tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then what was the other one? I forgot. It was financial. And
Mm-hmm.
then with your financial, exactly the same. It's about knowing, having that financial intelligence of knowing. You don't need to know everything your accountant knows,
Yes.
but you need to know things like, for example, your break even.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that break even needs to include your personal expenses, all your operating expenses, which a lot of people miss out on. They only include
Yes.
the business. But especially as a sole practitioner, you need to include everything in that break even, because
Mm-hmm.
that way this is how much I need a month to cover
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so then we measure a break even point, and that includes obviously your like expenses, personal living expenses. We track things like your profit and loss statement, balance sheet on a monthly kind of way, quarterly, but you just need to understand how it all works.
Yeah.
A lot of business owners tend to leave it all to their accountant or their bookkeeper. Um, but I think, especially when you're developing core office,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're developing sales KPIs and stuff like that, you need to have, the financial intelligence of knowing where you stand financially.
Yes. So
Yeah,
that is my huge space that I need to do lots of learning about,
yeah,
because before I'm getting better at, before I would just close off, like just cringe and just close off about knowing just didn't want to know anything about the money side. Right now, I'm listening to podcasts about just trying to get comfortable around
yeah,
the money talk.
yeah,
And then when I'm talking to my husband, when it comes about that, and my body just starting to feel the uneasiness, and just calming myself down about this is
yeah,
just any other tools that you need for business to know about the money.
absolutely.
So yes, and
Yeah.
my
So
friend,
if,
yeah, who helps me with the bookkeeping, or not
yep,
bookkeeping, she helps me with the all around, and she said just see who's gonna pay you weekly. So I start putting the color coding in who is due on that
Yes.
week. So that has been big help,
Yes. It's
to,
a tracking, a way to track and to manage.
yes.
And it keeps you focused as well. And yeah, it is, look, the money thing, and it's usually comes from obviously a limiting belief,
Mm,
and an easiness that we have around money, and thinking that we're just doing this for money. But look, um, it's the way of the world. We need money, and
yes.
it's the way to look at it is energy, with in this exchange of energy. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? And that, yeah, and making it work for you. So by understanding it, and I think clarity is what gives you the control and that you
Mm,
need. So by being clear on it, and you don't have to complicate it.
yes.
You know,
So,
keep it simple.
yeah. So do you have the, like you were talking about the planning thing? So do you have that plan that you give
Yes.
out to your clients,
Yes, yes,
the
I can
ticket
share
plan?
that. Absolutely. I can share
Ah,
that if you like.
amazing. Yeah.
So it's like a, yeah, it's we call it the weekly focus sheet. We also have the one page strategy planner. So there's so many different tools, and then that way it's
Mm,
there as well.
yeah.
Um, and with personal as well, I was going to mention that was the other area is we actually work a lot with return on energy. You know, because
Mm,
everyone we're focusing on return on investment,
yes.
the money side of things, but something that gets missed is your energy. You know what I
Mm,
mean? The time that you actually spend, that mental load and things like that. So having that balance is crucial, and
mm-hmm.
it's just as important as working. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people think, no, I just got to work. I just got to get through this. I've just got to do another. But if you don't take the time to pause and rest and do the
Mm,
things that light you up, go and go for a walk,
mm-hmm.
spend time with the family, go on and whatever it is that lights you up, bike riding, whatever it is, if you don't have that balance, it will
Mm,
lead to burnout. It will lead to resentment, and that's when we see a lot of businesses kind of get stuck.
mm.
And it's usually because, yeah, you feel stuck.
Yes. So my son, few in the school holiday, my son gave me a really good analogy about that. So when we were swimming, I was like trying to trade water really fast. And he said, Mom, you don't have to trade water fast because it is only slowing you down.
Yes,
But if
perfect.
you take the slowly and long ones, then you get to the destination with less effort. Like, take your
Perfect.
time. Don't. I was like, oh, can I use that in my general
There
life,
you go.
right?
Yes.
It was like so cool. I was like, oh, thank you for teaching me that. I said,
And
so
it's true, it's so steady, and it's about stability. And it's true, I recently just did a video about the fact that leadership is not about intensity, it's about consistency and stability.
yeah, yes. So they on 21st of February, we
Yes.
will be running a small workshop with you on the business, on how
Thank
to
you.
run our amazing business and how can we move forward. And what will you be sharing to support our purpose-driven practitioners on that day?
Fantastic. Look, I thought I would bring some of those tools we spoke about today
Mm-hmm.
on how to actually turn those goals into actionable steps.
Yes.
And then from there, also want to talk about clarifying offers and that, because it's very common people having that the pricing or that money fear. So I want to talk
Mm,
about just practical ways on coming up with your core offer and your customer journey and how to keep track of that. So just little very practical tools
mm.
um, to do
Good.
that,
We
all
can.
to
Yeah.
get clarity, reduce the overwhelm, and build that confidence on the business side, because it doesn't have to be complicated. You've already done the hard work,
Yeah.
as I say, but it's different work. And we can
Mm,
actually work smarter if we get all the fundamentals right from the start.
yes, from the base.
It does, definitely.
Mm,
No, I'm
yeah.
looking
So,
forward to that. I'm really, really excited. Thank you so much for having me today and at the workshop. I'm really looking forward to
no,
that.
I think it is really important because we put it off on the side or we try to palm it off to somebody to do this type of work.
Yeah,
But I think if we know ourselves what is our business doing and how can we keep a track of it if we're growing or if we're just constantly in that mode like I have to work hard, I have to work hard, or
Absolutely.
mm,
Especially,
and
and even if you have already got a team and that, it is so helpful because a lot
yeah,
of the time, like you say, we wing it. We winged it
yes,
in our publishing business. I never had a magazine or anything, but we loved animals, and so we winged it. So a lot of the time, it's what you do, right? And you do it
mm,
gets you to a
yes,
certain stage. You've built a team and things like that, but it's so crucial as well to go back to fundamentals because it's about how you lead that team. It's
mm,
about aligning the goals and building them up as well. So in every stage of the business cycle,
hmm,
the fundamentals are fully priority, and it's a great way to kind of gain clarity.
yeah. So on that day we will be it will be short and sweet, right? 20 minutes, we're
20
gonna get that
minutes.
done.
I can do it.
Yes, we can do it, and then we will be connecting with all the other practitioners, and and it's going to be over at Hota from 10 to 12 p.m. It's going to
Oh,
be
beautiful.
amazing as
I can't wait.
always. So yeah, it will be great. And so, do you have is if anyone has any questions before we sign off, please, Joe, let people know where they can find you, and while we wait for the questions, if anyone has any, please let us know where we can find you.
Okay, fantastic. Look, I'm online. I'm AMG Business Performance. I also have Coach Joe Allender. We are based in the Gold Coast. Happy to have a chat with anybody that wants to, sit down for half an hour and go through what we've been through talking to today or any questions at all. We're always open for that.
Yeah.
We're very big on community support, especially in the business community. Yeah, and but we also do online. So a lot of the courses that we do as well online.
Yeah.
We have a lot of free tools on our website as well, amgbusinessperformance.com.au or
Yeah.
amgcoaching.com.au if it makes it easier. And there's like, yeah, heaps of blogs there, and I really encourage that's a really good place to start
Hmm.
because it goes through everything there as well.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
in your Instagram as well, there are lots of little tips and tricks and all those things for you to get going as well, right?
Absolutely. And that's one of our goals this year is to give as much value as we can.
Mm.
And we're actually taking, it's interesting you mentioned about Instagram because we've recently just done the whole strategy first. It's going to be exciting. So if someone was to just even follow all the Instagram prompts, it will take them through
Mm.
that whole
Oh, the series,
cycle
you're
as
going to
well.
do series?
Yep,
Oh,
I've
that'd be
put the
amazing.
programs within the Instagram post. So yeah.
Ah, amazing. So if you, before we sign off, do you have any message to our community?
Um, just basically keep doing what you do. Trust that the work that you're doing is the work that you need to be doing and that people value it. When you put your heart and your soul into something and you really, truly, truly believe in it, things will work out. Everything will work
Mm.
out. You know what I mean? Ask for support.
Mm.
Don't be shy to ask for help because that's the fastest way. That's
Yes.
the fastest way. Really, is to you've got such a beautiful network here.
Hmm.
The best way is to reach out to Angeli with anything at all and get in that first kind of contact because I believe in that. Once you have the support and the collaboration of other people that want to see
Yes.
you also succeed,
Yes.
makes business a lot easier and less lonely.
Yes.
So
Oh, yes.
definitely.
Yes. I think community is, once when I was, in teenage time, if I didn't have that group of girls, I didn't want to be around, right? But the power of community is like huge. So, we don't
Right.
have to struggle alone.
No, we
And
don't.
yeah, and in our group we have so many practitioners, including business coaches such as Joe, and
And health
and
coaches and,
yeah,
and,
health
and
coaches.
therapists and
Yeah, and
hypnotherapists, PT
we're
trainers.
doing the cross collaboration, right? Or referrals as well. And when we come to our coffee catch ups, that is what is happening. It's not just, coming and swapping the cards, but learning from each other's mistakes or the growth and, the amazing, stories that, real life stories, experience people share, the practitioners share, it's
Yes.
incredible. And that's like, oh, I'm not alone, or actually I can learn from that or this, and
Or you can
so
help someone by sharing your story. You know what I mean? I
yes,
found that's very valuable. Just even by sharing your own story, somebody
yes.
can you can yeah, it's very powerful
Yeah, and
community.
that's why we start doing the coffee catch-ups and our annual events. So when we're coming in person, it's nothing like, just being on the behind the screens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is behind the screen is, really good as well. But at the
Yes.
same time, connecting in person is, yeah, it has been life-changing for myself anyway.
Absolutely. And I think it's going to be, I think more people are going to want that, the personal face to face,
Mm,
especially now that AI and you're not really sure what you're seeing is real or not on
mm.
screen. That human connection, it's going to be more valuable than ever.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
if anyone has any more questions you want to ask, please reach out to Joe,
Yes,
and
please.
I will put Joe's details in our content. Yeah, I think thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Joe. I truly appreciate your time and all the knowledge and, your personality, yourself
Thank you.
for
Thank
being
you,
here.
Angeli. And
And
likewise. It's been a
yeah,
pleasure to
well,
be here in your audience. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you, everybody. And we are going to see you in our Hota Coffee Catch Up on the
Yes.
21st of February. Joe is bringing up the, amazing, really easy to go and pick your business up
Yes.
tips and tricks, right? So thank you, everyone, for being here. You have an amazing day. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks,
Bye.
Angeli. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.